Hello everyone and welcome to Safari Friday. I'm here with my friend Kenny, and Kenny is a Kenyan sand boa all the way from Africa. Take a look at this little guy. He is a member of the smallest species of boas in the world. Look how big he is. He's pretty small. The females get a little bit larger than this, but for the most part, they stay this tiny. So as you can see, he has these beautiful colorations, which he uses for camouflage. So these guys they get their name because they are Kenyan sand boas, so they live in the sand. So this guy will spend most of his time buried in the sand. So when we go check on him as zookeepers, we have to do a double check just to make sure he's deep in that sand, because he can be hard to find sometimes. So one way that they use the sand for protection is it keeps them from the heat. So they're most active in the morning when it's cooler out. By the time it's midday, they are usually back under the sand. Oh, he is active right now. As you can see, they have another really cool adaptation besides just being a beautiful color. So if you look closely at Kenny here, he has a head that is kind of shaped like a shovel. So that helps him scoop underneath the sand and bury himself pretty quickly. So he uses that to evade himself from predators, as well as check out that tail. It looks pretty similar to his face, doesn't it? That's another really cool adaptation that this species uses. So they have their little tail, part of their tail sticking out and part of their little face sticking out. And if they see a predator, the predator might go for their tail instead of their head. Or if they see some prey, the prey might run away. It just kind of depends on which part the predator is seeing. So as you take a closer look up at Kenny, you can see that he has a little something next to his eye right there.
Let's get a close view.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there it is. I think we're seeing it. Oh, and I see his tongue.
Yeah, so there's nothing wrong with Kenny here. He is actually starting to shed, so it's really cool that you get to see this up close and personal. So as snakes grow and other lizards, they shed their layer of skin. So they have some lubricant that goes in between the layers of skin, the new skin and the old skin, and then they rub themselves up against something, and it starts at their face, and they pull off their skin like you pull off your sock off your foot after a long day. So check this out. He's a very small snake, but so like I said, all snakes do this, and we have a perfect example of a large shed from one of our larger snakes. So as you can see, it includes the whole body and these little eye caps. So snakes do not have eyelids. They have scales that cover and protect their eyes, so they'll never blink, but they shed that as well. So that's what's happening with Kenny here, is he's starting to shed that skin right there, right next to his little eyes. I love Kenyan sand boas. I think they are such great creatures. They're such nice little snakes.
Meredith, we have Jennifer wants to know. We have a few people watching.
Oh,
Debbie says howdy. Howdy,
hi.
Debbie. And Jennifer is watching, and she also wants to know what they eat.
Great question. So this species is an ambush predator. So that means they hide underneath the sand and they wait for something to come up next to them, and they pop out of the sand and grab what's near them. So snakes are carnivores, so he's carnivorous. So he'd be going after insects and other things. They are constrictors, so they can constrict their body, but they oftentimes use the sand to suffocate their prey. So they'll go out, grab their prey, and bring it right under the sand, and they'll suffocate it that way. He's pretty active. And as you can see, he's sticking out his tongue right there. He's not being rude. That's just how snakes explore their surroundings. So he is using his tongue, and you can see it has a split in it. So he's using his tongue to smell the air particles. So he brings those particles into his mouth, and it goes up against an organ that is unique, and it helps him, it's called the olfactory, and it helps him determine what is around him, and it helps him find food. So it also is helpful when he's underneath the sand, he can smell what's coming. which is pretty cool. So in addition to this sand boa, we have a lot of really cool things going on here at Pacific Animal Productions. For tonight, we have a paint along with Gizmo. Gizmo is our barn owl, so we'll be painting owls this evening. We'll have another one of our great horned owls join us as well. It's going to be a lot of fun, and if you are interested, it's all virtual. You can use the things that you already have at home, all your art supplies that you already have at home, and you can sign up on our website at pacificanimalproductions.com, and it'll have all the information that you need there, and it's tonight. As well as we have camp coming up. Yay, we want to see you at our camp. So the camp is virtual as well. It's a great way to make friends all over the country. So you'll get to meet some of our animals up close and personal and do fun activities and crafts that we will mail directly to your house. So you'll have everything ready to go for camp. It's a lot of fun. We just had a camp not too long ago, and it was a total success, and everybody really enjoyed it. Got to see some of their favorite animals while they were at camp. So from me and everybody at Pacific Animal Productions, we would like to say thank you, and let's keep learning alive. Thanks, guys.